because of that, I thought that I might remind you of something that has kept close to my heart for these last nearly 50 years in Rotary work. I've carried it with me all over the world. When I was governor of this district 36 years ago, my wife saw me coming out of the shower one morning, and she said, "Well, I see that you've had every free meal they offered you this year." My wife is a dancer. I met her on stage. She wore her costume one day in Las Vegas, and I thought there was a girl who really ought to be married to a Rotarian. She danced with some of the greats in Hollywood and in the show industry, and she's physically fit. So she's standing there looking at me, dripping wet, with a towel around me that wouldn't reach. And I could tell by the look on her face, we were going to have a conversation I wasn't going to enjoy. We did, and I didn't. She went to Woolworths. In those days, 36 years ago, we had a Woolworths. And she bought a little trampoline for $29.95. She stuck it up in the corner of our bedroom underneath the rotary wheel in the ceiling. It lit up every 2 or 3 hours, and it sang my Rotary theme song. And this spaceship stood underneath it, trampoline, and I said, "What in the world is that?" She says, "Sweetie, you jump up and down on that every morning, and you'll get fit." I couldn't think of anything I'd rather less do. And I thought, what the heck, I love my wife, I'll jump. Because I'm not as dumb as I look. I hated it. I jumped on that thing for 3 days. And I was bored stiff. But I discovered on the 3rd morning, this is all a true story, I've kept it over my heart all these years. I discovered on the 3rd morning they've got great reruns of Leave It to Beaver. And on the 3rd morning I got so engrossed in the plot that I came down on the edge of the trampoline instead of in the middle. And I broke my leg. And I was so happy this happened after and I could throw that trampoline away. And of course I had to wear a cast. And I was the governor of this district, and I had a lot of speeches to give. And I got get well cards from Rotary Club presidents all over the district. Much who esteemed me and revered me, much the way Angus Cochran will esteem and love his district governor this year, if he ever finds out who it is. And this card was kind of presidential. It's got the American flag on the cover and the Liberty Bell, and it says, "The President and I both want you to get well soon." Ronald Reagan was in the White House. I thought that was very nice of Ronald Reagan to take time to wish me well. The president of the Rotary Club here in this area wrote me a personal get well message on the back of the card. "Dear Governor Rick, we'd like you to know that the Rotary Club of San Lorenzo, by a vote of 17 to 15, hopes you recover." We were going to send you flowers, but that lost 5 to 27. I've kept that card close to my heart all these decades to remind me that fame is a very fleeting thing in Rotary because we're all volunteers. We all take turns. Rotary works because of its people. People make the organization magic. And I've been blessed because I've met people in 135 countries. Many of them many times over. Way up in the North Highlands of Scotland, in the little village of Mackay, the fish and chips were great. And here was a Rotarian bagpiper who said, "President Rick, it's glad to have you here." When I learned the language, I really enjoyed it. All over the globe, 135 countries, Rotary works because of the people who are in this organization. And I want to commend, on behalf of our recent district governor, I want to commend one particular member today. Governor Susan Valenta wrote me a letter dated June the 24th. And I won't read it all, but it says, "In addition to expressing my appreciation to you, this letter is also a request for your assistance in a presentation to Kimberly Hartz Foster. Several Rotarians were presented a Paul Harris Plus Award at the Roast and Toast on June 23rd, and Kimberly was unable to attend. Kimberly Hartz Foster is an individual who is a wonderful, effective leader. and hopefully will one day consider the role of district governor. For the district to provide an additional Paul Harris to her credit is a small token of our appreciation for all that she has done to support Rotary. Would you please let me welcome Kimberly Hartsfoster. Come on over here. Now, Kimberly doesn't like the limelight, but we all know that she does a tremendous job. Madam Past President, would you come up here and help me with this? You all know the story of how I tried to pin one of these on a woman physically fit like Kimberly in Tulsa, Oklahoma, only to find the pin drop down her front. And with a lot of distinguishing comments, as flamboyant as I can be, I said, it's my pleasure to present you with your artificially inseminated diamond on behalf of Rotary International. This is 5 sapphires, which means that the district has contributed $1,000 to Kimberly's Paul Harris Fellowship recognition. So she wears a pin with 5, which means that she's now contributed, or had contributed in her name, a total of $6,000 to the Rotary Foundation. What does that mean? It means we've saved the lives of 24 human beings. 24 people who will otherwise live, who might have died, but not for the fact of the life of Kimberly Hartsfoster. It means polio immunizations, saving the sight of blind people, polio surgeries, all kinds of things we do in health and humanity programs in Rotary. Rotary works because of people. This club and this district works better because of Kimberly Hartsfoster. On behalf of the governor and on behalf of President John Durham, the president of Rotary International, it's my pleasure to ask our immediate past president to pin this on Kimberly's chest. She was the stage manager, the logistics matters for the district conference. Tremendous, tremendous amount of work. Hours and hours and hours. Thank you, Kimberly. I chose as a mascot when I was the president of Rotary International the American bald eagle. When I was in Canada, it was the Canadian bald eagle. When I was in Alaska, because they think they're a separate country up there, it was the Alaskan bald eagle. When I was in Moscow with Mikhail Gorbachev, it was the 2-headed Russian imperial eagle. Because, of course, they think the eagle was